Hey, welcome to Let's Talk Show, hosted by Media Bay. Tonight's topic, let's talk respect for the DJs. I have DJ Five Venoms. You guys have seen him on the Rolling Loud Festival. My next guest is DJ Wonder. You may have seen him or heard him on SiriusXM. You can catch him at Sway in the Morning and on his Animal Status podcast. Our next guest, DJ Freestyle Steve, who has a dope resume, but you have also seen him DJing for Timbaland and most recently Justin Timberlake's tour DJ. So we have a dope show for you tonight. So make sure you like, share, comment, and let's talk. We'll start shortly. Hey, Bay, welcome to Let's Talk Show, hosted by Media Bay. Tonight's topic, let's talk respect for the DJs. I have DJ Five Venoms. You guys have seen him on the Rolling Loud Festival. My next guest is DJ Wonder. You may have seen him or heard him on SiriusXM. You can catch him at Sway in the Morning and on his Animal Status podcast. Our next guest, DJ Freestyle Steve, who has a dope resume, but you have also seen him DJing for Timbaland and most recently Justin Timberlake's tour DJ. So we have a dope show for you tonight. So make sure you like, share, comment, and let's talk. We'll be starting shortly. Hey, Bay, welcome to Let's Talk Show, hosted by Media Bay. Tonight's topic, let's talk respect for the DJs. I have DJ Five Venoms. You guys have seen him on the Rolling Loud Festival. My next guest is DJ Wonder. You may have seen him or heard him on SiriusXM. You can catch him at Sway in the Morning and on his Animal Status podcast. Our next guest, DJ Freestyle Steve, who has a dope resume, but you have also seen him DJing for Timbaland and most recently Justin Timberlake's tour DJ. So we have a dope show for you tonight. So make sure you like, share, comment, and let's talk. We'll be starting shortly. Hey, Bay, welcome to Let's Talk Show, hosted by
All right.
Tonight's topic, let's talk.
Hey, Bays, welcome to another dope show, dope episode of Let's Talk. I'm really excited because I have some of the industry's dopest DJs in the building. So first and foremost, make sure as you're tuning in, make sure you like, comment, share, because it's very important. Right now, support means a lot. Also, just quick disclaimer, if you would like to be a sponsor, make sure you visit heymediabay.com to submit. And, let's talk. Let's figure it out. Now, the whole episode, if you're interested or you're trying to figure out, who's that DJ or what, everything will be scrolling below where you can find them, their socials. They are professional, so all their socials are consistent. So I'm really happy about that. Also, keep in mind your comments, we can see them. Make sure you tune in, comment. We might put the comments or the question that you may have on the screen. But time is money, and these DJs have quite a few things to do. So I'm going to go ahead and let me start with DJ Five Venom. So everybody's going to pretty much introduce themselves, and they're going to go ahead and let you know how long they've been DJing and, anything they feel that you should know about them. Let me bring on Five Venoms. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me. Yeah, excited. I'm excited.
So let the folks know.
DJ Five Venoms. I am the official DJ for Rolling Loud Hip Hop Festival. I live and work in Miami, Florida. I have a radio show on Hip Hop Nation, Rolling Loud Radio, where we play a lot of the artists that we have on the festivals. We do festivals all around the world. Miami, New York, Oakland, LA. We have a festival coming up in Portugal next year.
Wow.
Australia. Yeah. So staying
goodness.
busy once, especially once COVID's done and over with, we'll definitely be busy. Nightclubs in Miami, Live and Story, where I have residencies at. So, yeah.
How many years have you been DJing?
Professionally since 2007.
Okay.
So that would be 13 years?
Yeah.
Close to.
Yep. Okay. I see you're a sneakerhead.
Not yes and no. Like I just I have a lot of shoes, but I'm not a hardcore sneakerhead, but I like what I like. So
okay, you're not the go away in the line
No,
Okay,
not at
just
all.
checking.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right. Now the next DJ we have DJ Freestyle Steve. You guys have seen me talk to him before, but so dope, so talented. Hey there, Steve. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. Introduce yourself.
So what's up? It's your boy DJ Freestyle Steve. I got a little delay going on, so I'm listening. Yeah, I hear you. It's a little delay. But yeah, DJ Freestyle Steve from Miami. Hold on, because this delay is real. It's a real bad delay going on. So let me start over. DJ Freestyle Steve from Miami. Went to Miami Jackson Senior High. Can y'all guys hear me now? Better? Yeah, no, maybe.
You good?
Yeah. Okay. Because I don't know if you can hear me or not. Yeah. So, a DJ for Justin Timberlake. I started off with Timberland, and I did all the clubs in Miami. But then, as a touring DJ, you kind of get out of the club stuff, and you're basically on the road. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing since professionally 2003. But DJing, 91, 1991 and before. So, I guess I'm the old guy on here. So, I've been doing this for a minute.
Okay. All right, let me bring in next. We have DJ Wonder. That hook, that interest is always, every time I hear that, Wonder. What's good, DJ Wonder?
What's up, guys? How we doing tonight?
Good.
All right. Everything sound okay?
Got a little bit of a feedback.
From me?
Yeah.
Oh boy, we're having issues, huh? Everybody hears it? Everybody hears the
We
feedback?
can hear you.
All right, cool. Well, anyway, hi, how you doing? What's going on? I'm on Shade 45. Do a couple shows on there. Do my own show called Animal Status. Work on Sway in the morning. And that's about it.
Okay.
And I do. Hold on. So is everything sounding okay, man? Because I don't want to do this.
No, you have a feed. You see, turn the little mic, the thing you did earlier when you turned the something down.
I didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
it's like a crazy delay on the. It sounds like you have a delay on or echo.
Oh, I got the echo on my mixer. Okay, there we go. I was giving you guys DJ
Wonder.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. Cool. All right, so anyway, yeah, I'm on Shade 45. I do Animal Status, which is on Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, and I do Sway in the morning. It's Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern to noon. I also do a lot of live streaming lately, and that's on twitch.tv/DJ Wonder. That's Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays at 11 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, dope. Busy. So, this is before we really get to the meat and potatoes about respecting the DJs. Who do you have your money on, Tyson or Roy Woods Jr.?
Well, Roy Woods Jr. is a comedian.
Oh wait, Roy Jr. Okay, what's his name? I just thought Roy. I can't.
Roy Jones.
He made that guy.
Yeah.
The body headbangers. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Y'all must have forgot. You must have forgot his song. Y'all must have forgot.
Nah, I actually really like that project, Body Headbangers.
That's right.
Roy Jones.
Okay.
Roy Jones.
Okay. Venom?
I gotta go with Tyson. He been putting in that work recently, so I gotta go with Tyson. I'm a big Tyson fan, so yeah.
Wonder.
Tyson, he outweighs him, even if he's slower. One punch, it's a wrap. But they're not gonna go hard. It's gonna be a sparring session, whatever. So waste your money if you want to.
I mean, everybody's gonna be home wasting it anyway because they can't be in nobody's bar trying to watch it for free. It's almost like, okay, give it for a discount at this point. Social distancing. All right. So I have a question because I had seen a DJ talk about this a while back. And what are crates? Like when a DJ refers to their crates, educate me. Whoever.
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
Let's let Freestyle go first since he's been doing it
Okay.
since
You probably had a
91.
whole batch of them. Do you hear me, Steve?
It's definitely like a news
Right.
satellite broadcast here.
So crates, if we're gonna go back to the beginning, crates are when you used to go to Win Dixie.
Okay.
It's a delay.
I'm not sure why.
Okay. I don't know what's going on, but it's crackle and popping in my ear. Like I don't know what's going on.
Try taking off the AirPod.
Can I go out and come back in?
Yes, you can. In the meantime, go ahead, Venom.
Okay, I'm gonna go take me out and then I'm gonna come back in.
Okay.
So crates. There's two crates. There's the crates for actual vinyl records that are heavy, that we used to carry back in the day to gigs, where you had for any gig like 3 to 4 crates, if not more, depending on how long you're DJing for. That probably weighed close to like 100 pounds each, depending on the size of the crates. And you had to carry them into the club, or you had to put them in the car, carry them into the club, put them in the booth, hope that you had them organized good enough, and that's what you DJ'd out of. And then nowadays, when people refer to crates, they talk about, in their DJing program, Serato, or
okay,
that have crates, which are pretty much folders of files of songs that you have categorized and laid out.
Okay. So. But what would happen if, so that means you really had to make sure you had the right songs, because that's like, that was your inventory. There was no download. There was, right?
Yeah, that's it. And then there was the idea of like and then sometimes you had 2 of each record. So you just had a lot of records, and those were your crates. And then like you're talking about guys like Kid Capri that were traveling all over the world, had to put these crates on planes. So like now you're paying luggage fees and you're flying everywhere. And imagine if the airport
pricey.
Yeah, imagine if the airline lost your crates. So there's like different situations like that, versus nowadays we just, throw our laptops in our backpacks and we're out.
Now the crates are really the hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen that. I've had a DJ come to the station one time and the hard drive crashed and they had the DJ that night.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. That's definitely a nightmare.
So let me ask you, Wonder, do you think COVID has made people really remember why we love DJs?
I talked about this a lot because I was when it first happened, man, I was really upset about having to stay home and not being able to go play everything else. I thought it was a joke, man, because it's like people are bugging out for no reason. I mean, I still kind of feel like that, but whatever. It's another show.
Oh, you sound great, Steve, by the way.
There we go. Back on. But I think originally, yeah, man, everybody was like, wow, I get to see all my favorite DJs in my house. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go to the club. I don't have to consider cheating on my wife in the club, so I get to stay home. That's what most people were thinking probably. But now you get to see them every week, and then you're like, okay, great. I'm kind of sick of this, so let me go do something else. Now people want to go back out because now in most spots like outdoor eating and bars are open, and you're seeing less and less viewers on your streaming stuff. So I think it's helped people to appreciate DJs, but also it's you're oversaturated the market in a lot of ways, and we'll see how that turns out when we're able to do festivals and actual clubs again. We'll see if people want to come out of their house to come see you.
Wow, that was a really good response. Like
Yeah, that was
nailed it,
deep.
right?
That was deep. That was deep.
Hey, okay, all right. Now, y'all know it's because in quarantine it's been like verses. Did y'all see the one last night with DMX and Snoop?
Oh
Yup.
yeah.
Yes.
That was it was clearly shout out. I think DMX was like, no, Snoop said if they get to a certain amount of viewers that he was gonna have DMX take his shirt off. I was just like, no, Uncle X, no.
Nah, that
But
was history.
starting with
Yeah.
Freestyle Steve, if right now I tell you, I give you the budget and I say, go give me a matchup of a versus battle right now, and you got 3 different battles to put together. Steve, who are you putting head to head? That's gonna be just
So my first one would be Mary J. Blige versus Beyonce. That's the first one. My
interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
and I know the Beehive might come for me, but I think Mary gonna tear in that ass. Like, I'm just being honest, just not picking a side, but Mary. My second battle would be Rick Ross, T.I., or Young Jeezy. That would be my second battle.
Okay.
My third battle or third versus done on the if you do it on the Rolling Loud stage, I would say Justin Timberlake and Usher. And that one is for the culture. And behind the scenes, I have been pushing for that to happen. So the biggest one, and I'm not being biased because that's my guy, because both of them are my guys, but for the culture and for what's going on right now, them two, Usher and Justin Timberlake, coming together after the perceived beef that the world thinks that they have, you put them two on stage, it
Epic.
would break all bandwidth. It would It would be like Michael Jackson coming back and getting the Instagram.
Bruh.
Nah.
Okay.
Think
Venom.
about it.
Oh.
It's a tough one, right?
Yeah,
Right?
it's like I definitely like. I wanted to see. I know I wanted to see Gucci do one because of the amount of music he drops,
Yes,
and
a
then
Right.
lot.
having to cut that down.
But he
Maybe
needs
like a
20.
Who would you
Gucci.
put Gucci against though?
They it's always easy to go with like the beefs one, so it would be like the Gucci versus Jeezy, or like the Ja Rule versus 50s, and like those ones make it easy, or like even uh
I give you a good one.
50 like
I give you another good one. Uncle Luke versus Master P. The Battle of the South. The two first, I ain't gonna say the first, but the two black owned record labels in the South.
Oh
Uncle Luke,
wow.
who fought the Supreme Court
For
and
the
won for the right for all of this to be going on, and Master P, what he did coming out of New Orleans. Them two battling against each other.
Okay.
Wow.
I would have never thought that like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a great battle. It's a great
Wonder?
battle.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't care about like popular stuff. If I made one, I would make
But
stuff.
based on music.
I would make on what I actually listen to. So, first one, my favorite album or R&B album of all time, I guess, is Groove Theory. So it would be on Mellaroo, and my favorite singer of all time, Anita Baker. So Mellaroo versus Anita Baker, right?
Oh,
That would be
okay.
one. Two,
That's dope.
Right?
it would be my favorite album of all time is Midnight Marauders. So Tribe Called Quest versus De La Soul. That would be one.
Woo!
yeah,
Ooh, okay.
And then my last one would be Michael McDonald versus Kenny Loggins.
See,
yeah.
boy, you went woo.
Yo.
Right?
Oh, you made it so. Woo. That's a good one. That's a good one, boy. That boy
Yes.
Michael McDonald.
Yes.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I
Now,
like that.
Yeah, I've been in the game for a minute, so y'all seen the culture just completely shift to this whole streaming services, and I have so I'm a huge advocate for DJs. I just respect and just what y'all do. I've sat in the booth and watched. I don't even have sometimes the ADHD capacity for what y'all do. Like I was on YouTube on actually each one of your pages, and I was watching, like one day you was doing like it was the outside of the event. I'm watching you, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Venoms, I saw you when you was doing some scratching. I was like, oh my gosh. But so there's a level of appreciation that I have for DJs that's multi-level. But I feel like there's a difference now in how the artists approach DJs. I feel like back then, this is my opinion, back then there was more appreciation for the DJ, because at the end of the day, the DJ was like the gateway to get the music to the ears of different people at one spot at one time. Now people just feel like, well, because of social media and because of streaming services, they feel like they could just push that way. So do you feel now there's a difference in how artists approach DJs?
I think you're gonna have to like just call on us, because we all want to let the next person answer. You know what I mean?
So okay, go ahead, Wonder.
Okay. I think there was definitely a time where originally the DJ was most popular of the two, whether it was a DJ and an MC. That's when hip hop was created. It was for the DJ, and the MC was just kind of hyping the DJ. Then it became the MC. It was all about the MC, and the DJ was kind of backing up the MC, even though they both had their names on albums and stuff like that. Then it became just straight MCs, and DJs weren't really doing anything. DJs became producers. And so now I think it's back to, if you're a producer and a DJ, you can have your own multi albums, like DJ Khaled or Drama or any of these guys. So they're still in the forefront for sure, and people still always need music played. And now, because of streaming and because of streaming on multi-platforms, not just music streaming like Tidal or Apple Music, but I'm talking about like Twitch or like Facebook or Instagram Live and stuff like that. You have a lot more ways to get people's music out. So I think DJs are still important for sure.
Venom? And because of Rolling Loud, I can just imagine.
Yeah, I think how do I say this? The issue, well, one of the issues I have is just like the simpleness of it with social media, and how artists, especially like the newer artists that are coming up and they're trying to reach out to DJs, they don't know how to create the relationship. And
Freestyle Steve's going through it tonight. Yeah. Man. The camera got everything going on.
Like a lot of the there's certain ways, like I'll get like just random links sent to me, and I'm like, I don't just go listen to it because it's a random link. They don't even say, hey, what's up, this is my new music, I'm so and so. Like there's none of that anymore. It's just like, yo, here's my link,
shove it in your ear.
Yeah, play my stuff. Like, so like that part is kind of gone. Some people do it, and then I actually hit them back. I talk to them, we build, and we go from there. But most of the time, it's just like, especially with Rolling Loud, like they just want access. Like, yo, I need to perform. How do I get on the stage? Like that's their only focus, and it's like it's not about building anymore. Like, building is part of just building that relationship for a long-term situation.
It's just that instant moment versus something that's longevity and legacy.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve.
Well, for me, the internet has made it so much, made it different to where the new artists, like they say, the new artists don't think they have to come to the DJ, but they think they could just go straight to radio, or when I'm DJing, when I'm on stage, I have guys that hit me like, yo, you think you could throw my song on? And I just listen like, okay, bro, I need you to look at this show, and I want you to think, or do your song fit with this show. Like, I can't have you killing everybody,
Bye.
in every word, and this is not the audience for. So then, they try to get a feed, try to hit me. Oh, you don't support the local artists. I'm like, it's not that. You don't fit what I'm doing. Now, if I was doing, my hood clubs, then that's totally different. Or if you want to try to cross over to me, bring something that fits what I'm doing, and then I can play it. But the internet has made it where the new guys, they feel like they can just bypass the DJ. But at the end of the day, you're not going on radio without your song bubbling. So you're gonna have to come see us anyway.
Dun, dun,
you know?
dun. Now, I see you guys as like joy givers. Y'all create nostalgia. Cause let me tell you, especially as a female, and when we go out, we have our group of girls. And I swear, I've always said this. I feel like y'all DJs watch for who's like turned up the most or whatever. And if you see us trying to go towards the door to leave, y'all know what song to switch it to where I now need to tell my girls, wait, girl, after this song, we'll leave. But then that night was just so memorable because we could talk about how we just had a blast and, So what have been some nostalgic, some memory moments for you guys for what you do? Venom?
Man,
That gives you
there's been a lot.
even.
I mean, like I remember it's 2016 Rolling Loud. This is the second year, and I remember meeting XXX Tentacion. I had the DJ for him at that show, and then no one, like, this is like the beginning of his career. I mean, a lot of people knew who he was that were in Miami, but like he wasn't, the big rapper superstar with everything going on. And this was early on. So, and if I remember how all the kids that did know him received him and treated him. And that was a moment, I mean, just like every time there's a festival, and I've been working this festival since day one, so it's just like, and like the guys are my friends, so it's a very like family oriented thing. So it's like the success every time we go through, and the moments that happen at the festivals are always special. Oh man, yeah, surprise, yeah, whew. I mean, it's been moments like Travis Scott and Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, like just I remember watching Kid Cudi this past year. So it's just like those moments and being with my friends and like being like, yo, we did this. So like those are moments for sure.
Steve?
So my moments would be, I remember I was doing it was what was the thing called? The Hip Hop Awards, and they were honoring Timberland, right? And I've always wanted to go out on tour with Missy, or just do a Missy party, because I love her energy. So I remember after rehearsals, I walked up to her and I was like, "Oh yeah, I hear you going on tour. You need a DJ." And at that time, she had a DJ, but something was going on with him, yada yada yada. And she was like, "Okay, you can be my DJ." So I was like, "Oh snap!" Like, I'm trying to hit the trifecta. This was before Justin, right? So it was like, okay, I got Timbo, Magoo already in my back pocket, like that's my guy. And then now I'm going on the road with Missy. So we go on the road, we do the thing with Missy, and the most memorable time with Missy is going to Jerusalem or Israel, and then we went over to Jerusalem, and I was able to call my grandmother, touching the prayer wall, putting a note in the wall saying a prayer for our family.
I got
right?
goosebumps.
So that was amazing. Now, as far as the DJing, when I got with Justin, so I hit the trifecta, right? The three biggest artists on the planet, or producer, two artists on the planet. So we gets to Instable, right? And I'm already, I already got my hour set. I'm doing my thing, right? And towards the end of my set, I played Happy, Pharrell's song Happy. And there was probably a little more than 100,000 people at this show, because it was outside. It was at a college, so there was no seating. It was just on the grass,
Yes.
out, standing up, wherever you can fit in, you in. And playing happy. And I used to always tell the younger DJs, when you're DJing, the best part about DJing is having crowd control. If you can make one person out of 1,000 put their hands up and wave from side to side, you did the job. Now just imagine having 100,000 plus clapping like this on beat and doing what you say. There's no better feeling in the world. Like there's no better, and Venom, you can attest to this. There's no better feeling in the world than controlling, and not controlling in a bad way, but having control
in a happy way.
In a happy over 100,000+ people. That's it. Being on stage with Justin is amazing, and it puts me in places that I just would have never been. I could have never been in these places without him, and without Timberland, and without Missy, and rest in peace, my brother Uncle Al. I wouldn't have been in these positions, right? But those moments like that, 100,000+ screaming your name, clapping for you, like you can't beat that energy. Like that's it.
Wonder?
I think just being able to meet like all of my heroes probably was crazy to me. I'm from Delaware originally, and I came up to New York by myself and my family up here, anything else, and so I started working at Hot 97, and right away I met Funkmaster Flex. I met Mr. C. He was always the nicest dude to me up there. Angie, everybody. But then artist-wise, I got to meet James Brown. I got to meet Anita Baker, who's my favorite. Pretty much anybody you could think of who would come up there. Bill Cosby, my TV father. That was a big deal. So that was cool, just meeting all those people. And then DJing-wise, just getting to play with, on the hip-hop side, a lot of every club in New York, pretty much. But then on EDM side, I played with like Diplo and everybody you could think, Flosstradamus, all these guys that you could think of. And then, I don't know, radio, just being able to make stuff that like kind of lasts. Like that when you're in the middle of doing something, like doing freestyles or like making a beat or doing something on the air, we're always just joking around. But you never know like what can live on in infamy. Things become memes, and they live on the internet. So I don't know, man, just being able to have something come out of your head and be a lasting part of your legacy is pretty cool. So that's pretty much it for me.
That's dope.
I think you muted your mic.
Yeah, you muted your mic. There you go. Well, you were there.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
sorry. Is it hard dating as a DJ? For those of you that are dating or were at a point in time? I mean, late hours, you're out, the assumption of groupies.
Who would like to start?
I'll start. I've had issues in the past. Not now. Like I have a girlfriend that's in the nightlife, so she understands the hours and everything that comes with it. I mean, she comes to the club with me. She knows a lot of the people that are already there. So like she's in that Miami nightlife scene. So it's not that difficult when you have to be with kind of like with someone that understands what's going on and how it works, I guess.
Yo, you got a bottle service mamacita for your girl? That's the pinnacle, I guess. Instagram influencer or bottle girl. That's what we're all looking for nowadays. But for me, man, that's why everybody, I don't care what anybody says. I always argue with a lot of people about this, but that's why people get into music, man. It's all for women, whether one way or another. Everybody thinks it's just, no, I have my soul to bear and I need to put my art out there. No, dog. Usually you're ugly. You're an ugly dude. You're not popular. And this is how you get girls to come talk to you. And that's just what it is, man. So that's what drives me, you know. I mean, not everything. I do like being creative and doing stuff, but at the end of the day, I don't care if dudes are like jumping with their shirt off at the club to Waka Flocka or something. I don't care about that. So like when you said your girls are leaving, of course, I'm looking at you and making sure I'm playing something that you want to hear so you come back. I don't care about these dudes. So yeah, Women make the world go round, man, for sure.
Facts.
Hey, boy, your answers are incredible. You hear me? I don't care if you ugly. You only here to get the women. Boy, your answers are incredible. Um, here's the crazy thing, right? About dating when you're a DJ. When you're local, because I've had this happen. I've had women say this. When you're local and you're dating, it's cool. It's great because she's going to the club with you, and half of the time she knows a clique of girls that are in the club. So it is what it is, right? But then when you travel as we do, you get women who say, I didn't know DJs travel like that. I thought you guys were just regular, just stay around the corner. No, we travel. So when you date someone, and I am dating and I have a girl, but when you're dating someone, the number one thing is you have to bring them up to speed if they're not in the business. You have to bring them up to speed because when you're local, it's okay because you come home after the club. You might have Shanika trying to holler at you and your girl might get mad at you. That happens. But when you travel and you gone for 77 days in Europe, that puts a test on you and your girlfriend's relationship. Because you're seeing all types of women. You're seeing all types of women. And most women will tell you this. Oh, well, I'm not insecure and I'm this and that. Let me tell you something.
Scroll it through.
Let me tell you something. Every woman and every man has just a little bit inside of them. Because if the woman is going out of time, because again, if you're home all the time, fine. But when you become that DJ, that's DJing for Justin Timberlake or Timberland or Rolling Loud or Sirius XM, and you doing these shows, you broadcast to the world. So now she has to either, okay, let me make this work, or we gonna bump heads, and he's gonna be miserable, and she's gonna be miserable, and the whole crowd gonna be miserable when it's time for me to go to work. Am I lying, fellas?
Yep.
That's what it is. We know your answer.
Yeah, we know where you stand, Wanda.
Yeah. Listen, I think it's the same thing as like I tell rappers this all the time when we talk to rappers, like rappers who come up there with their girlfriends and stuff. I'm like, you're taking a spot away from another person by being a rapper. You're not supposed to have a girlfriend. This is part of the job. You're supposed to wild out and go crazy. And by you having a girlfriend, you're wasting our average man's chance at multiple threesomes on a weekly basis. So listen, man, this is part of the job. There's no settling down. Even though most of my friends who are very successful as DJs do have like wives and stuff like that. Great. But they're boring. All right. It's part of the job. Get it in.
Oh my gosh, man. What am I going to do with Wonder?
Is that for the younger DJs though? But is that for the younger guys?
I'm never going to stop. What are you talking about?
Okay, Wonder. All right. I'm just saying, Wonder. I'm just saying, brother. I'm just
joking.
I'm just saying.
So, do you guys help or currently mentor DJs, or I'll start with Wonder.
Oh yeah, man. I think that's the greatest thing to do. It's pretty much the only thing we can do at this point. I mean, besides giving people money and stuff, that's how you can help people. But I think more so, I like, teaching a man to fish rather than just giving him fish. So what we've been doing on like Sway in the Morning, especially now, pretty much every day of the week is a guest DJ. But with that, it's good because hey, email me, I'll get you in. Everybody wants to play. Hey, everybody watching right now, you can play too. Everybody can play. No, but it's that was an initiative that kind of like I started doing that because I would when I first started, especially on Hot 97, when I started at like the peak of Hot 97. There was like Flex, enough. Like there was no room for young DJs to get in there at that time. Like people had their slots. I had the program director tell me that I'm never going to play on that station just because there's no room. There's, it's a limited amount. So when I got a chance to put people on, I wanted to make sure everybody could get a chance to do a guest mix or do something. And it's been mutually beneficial as well because not only are people getting opportunities to play that might not get to be on the radio, but also when I go out of town, like I'll know people now from pretty much any city I could go to. I'll know a DJ and they've played on my show before. So it's cool, man. It creates
dope.
community, and it also gives opportunities. And you also get to see if people can handle the pressure. It's not so easy, is it, buddy? You thought it was easy playing on the radio.
That pressure's a mother freaking. You
Yeah.
hear me? That pressure. Woo.
Steve, do you mentor?
I was mentoring kids. They were between the ages of 7 and 15. So I was mentoring kids during the summer at my friend's foundation called the Chocolate Mint Foundation here in Dallas. So I was, mentoring the kids, but then I got called away to go on tour. So my mentoring now is, younger DJs talk to me or ask me questions. I give them the real. Like there's some DJs, they'll text me or they'll hit me on IG, say, "Hey, OG, can you help me do X, Y, and Z?" I click on their page and it's private. And the first thing I send them a message is, "Well, bro, you just wasted my energy and your time because your page is private. So who's going to come see you? Like, who's going to know that you are a DJ? We can't see anything." So that's the number one thing when it comes to mentoring for me. Number two, I tell the guys, like, listen, I've been doing this since I was 16 years old. And again, professionally since 2003. So I've had to reinvent myself with Timberland, had to reinvent myself with Missy, I had to reinvent myself twice with Justin in order to still be relevant in this game. So for the newer DJs, I tell them, hey man, you got to learn how to reinvent yourself. Yes, I can play all the hood trap songs that's out. Yes, I can play all the hood R&B records there is. Yes, I can go on the pop radio station without having none of their playlists that I'm downloading and play it. And yes, I can go overseas and play in any country and have the club doing what I needed to do. But I didn't change the way I DJed. I just changed the way that I reinvented myself so that I can go to Germany and add the German rapper or whatever the biggest pop song in Germany to my set without missing the beat. That's what how I mentor the younger DJs. I do them. I tell them stuff like that. Give them the game.
Okay. Now I'm just gonna allow Wonder has to get ready for his show, so I'm just gonna allow him a quick moment to let everybody know where they can follow him, find him, and support his movement. Go ahead, Wonder.
Yeah, everything is at DJ Wonder on all social media. DJWonder.com. There's a bunch of mixes on there. You can just go to mixcloud.com/DJ Wonder. And then, like I said, Twitch is I know we talked about it a little bit, but everybody's starting to stream now. And I see most of the DJs heading over to is twitch.tv/DJ Wonder. I do that Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So I'm about to start in about 10 minutes over there. And then Saturdays, this background that I have on right now, we watch music videos and make fun of pretty much everything. That's on Saturday nights at 11 p.m. On Twitch as well. And Freestyle, hey man, I wanted to tell you a big part of our weekly show is Magoo. I have to play Magoo at least once a day, if not multiple times. I love Magoo, man. So we always play him. So it's a big honor that I'm able to sit here and talk with you tonight, and you as well. Five Venoms. Next time, I don't know if you've been up. Have you been to Sway before?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Yeah, well,
not yet.
If we ever open up again, if the world ever opens up, I'd definitely love to have both you guys come up there. If I'm still around, who knows? Who knows what could happen today or tomorrow? You never know.
You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Wonder. Catch you
guys.
later.
Appreciate it, man.
Later.
Wonder, I hit you up. Wonder.
All right, Venom.
That's called DJ life. I'm sorry.
There.
Called DJ life right there.
Yes.
Hey.
DJ life.
Do you mentor? Do you?
Yes. I think mentoring is like the backbone of DJing, period. I was mentored by multiple DJs. Like that whole idea of mentoring, I believe, is what keeps the culture of DJing moving. And like it's missing in certain parts too, because when you see guys, the idea of like you can buy a laptop, get Serato, download a bunch of music, and then go do a gig. They walk in, they play all the hit songs at
11
when the
o'clock.
doors open and 11 o'clock and don't know how to transition, don't know how to mix, don't know how to crowd control is one of the most important things with DJing. Can't do that. Just want to play hits and think that's it. And if you're mentored properly, you learn how to do crowd control, how to start a night, how to build a night up, how to bring it back down, pull it back up, set it up for the headliner. Like all these things that you learn mentoring from other DJs, mixing, and even just like genre placements and what goes with this crowd and that crowd. So it's just like, yeah, mentoring is a huge part. I feel it's a downfall that we don't have as much mentoring going on as we used. The only way you used to be able to DJ back in the day was through mentoring and carrying someone's crates. And I learned by opening up for my big homies that showed me the way, and they would be like, hey, no one's in here, DJ, getting used to being in those rooms and being that. So like, yeah, like when the opportunity comes across, yes, it hasn't been coming across as much as I would like it to, because what I find is a lot of people that do approach me don't have the right intentions as
hidden motives, all kind of
and it's like
agendas. There we go.
Yes, and finding someone that really wants to be a DJ and really wants to put their all in and learn and have the creativity, the practice, and do everything that goes along with that. It's very few and far between now. Just because like everyone thinks it's a quick money grab, and it's not. Like I've seen so many DJs come in over my career and get the gig and they're popping. They might be booked all over the place. Once things slow down and a gig, nights shut down, like you never hear from them ever again, and they're not DJs anymore. They're promoters now and they're doing this. So it's just like, but like you can tell, like it like every DJ knows it's up and down. You might have no gigs one month, and you might be booked out for every night of the week the next month. It's just like that. But you really have to have that heart. You really have to have that passion if you really want to be a DJ and really love being a DJ. So it's just like, guys, go ahead.
Another thing with my mentorship, right? I used to, the first thing before the kids even got to touch my laptop or the CDJ or hit play anything, they had to learn what the wires were. You got to learn what the cords are. You got to learn what each piece of equipment is. Like that's the mentorship. Because here's the crazy thing, right? I was mentored by DJ Uncle Al. To me, the greatest DJ that ever walked the freaking planet. Because he was never ever dictated about what he was going to play, how he played. He was just so freestyle. He just did whatever he wanted to do, right? And the number one thing he taught me is you have to learn how to talk. You have to learn how to talk on the mic. I'm like, why? He said, because you never know if the speakers blow or if anything go, and the only thing you got is the mic. You got to be able to hold the people in the club or at the party. You have to. Prime example, we were in Sacramento, and my first tour, the Future Sex Love Sound Tour, and I had a separate riser from Timbo. So I had to crawl up under the stage, get on my riser, and I had my technician there. And when my stage was going up, the cord was like a snake. So it's supposed to fit in between the little fitting it's supposed to go through. But somehow, some way, my tech screwed up. And while I'm DJing, all the cables got cut. So I'm actually in the middle of scratching. The power goes out. The only thing that was on was the microphone. And I had to talk for the longest 5 minutes ever. It was the longest. It was the longest. Yeah. This is not like you're in a club. I'm actually in the arena and
thousands of eyes.
Yes, so I gotta talk. And I gotta get these people on the left side, people on the right side. Like I had to slow myself down in order to give my tech a chance to run an extension cord from the bar across my stage up to my thing. So the mentoring for me is you got to know the cables. You got to know what each thing do. Because if you go in the club and there's feedback and the sound man is not by me, I need to be able to figure out what the freak is this feedback. Because you as the patron, you're going to say, man, his sound was messed up. Not the club. You're going to say, my sound was messed up. So for me, I have to know, like when I go in the club, I have to make sure I know everything, how the sound man has it set up, how the light man has it set up. Even when the bartender coming to the DJ booth, everything has to be coordinated with me so that I know that I'm in control of what's going on. Why? Because they pay me the money to be the headliner. So I got to make sure it's right. I'm not going to depend on that guy. I'm going to make sure it's right. And that's right. That right there is called the right mentorship. What both of us are saying, that is the right mentorship. Like everybody wants to be a DJ. I can't go out on the football field and catch a pass from Tom Brady and think Deion Sanders is not going to shut me down. But Deion Sanders wants to come to be a DJ because he's Deion Sanders. But when you pay Deion Sanders $50,000 to come to the club, fight, and you screaming at me for giving me $1,200 for the night, but then guess what happens? Deion Sanders walks in the club, he gets on, and the first 5 minutes, he good. The 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th minute, he's trash. Now you're looking at me. Hey, Freestyle. And you go over there. Hey, Venom, am I right, Venom?
Like, go fix it.
That happens all the time.
Hey, man, can you go over there?
God, it happens all the time. It happens all the time.
They didn't go through a mentorship. They didn't go through a mentorship.
Or the right mentor.
Or the rest of what it is. Like, yeah, we keep it 100.
So how do you guys feel about pay to play? I've seen DJs do it. And I've heard so many mixed reviews on it from different DJs. You're like let's say primarily you're a club DJ.
Mm-hmm. So all right, so there's two ideas I have for it. So obviously radio, no, you can't do it for radio. It's illegal. Payola is illegal. The club really depends because it's like most of the time, if it's someone I mess with, it's not a pay to play. Like it's not that. I have done in the past, say an artist is trying to get their song moving in the club. So I'll run it for a month to build it up.
Okay.
Certain price. But nowadays, like now for me right now, it's not something I'm doing or even going about doing because it's not worth, a lot of times it's not worth messing up my dance floor if it's a song that's not fitting just because someone's paying me. Because that worth of having that party go good.
It's not reputation.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like in the past I have done it, but not now. Right.
You're not gonna have them walking out here saying Venom suck because you can't. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. When I used to be, so the strip club obviously and the nightclub is totally different. So when I started out in the strip club, of course, that's how, besides my tip out, of course, you want your song played, you already know what time it is. When I was in the club, now Venom, I don't know if you know, but I was one of the first Black street DJs to be allowed on South Beach to DJ at all the clubs, from living room to live, you name it. I was one of the and I started back at Luke's on the beach.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I originally started back on Luke's on the beach. So for me, I've seen the different how you call it, the different scales of pay. Because back then they used to bring the brown bag. The dope boys would come to the DJ booth. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, I'm in the hood spot. All right, I'm gonna give them 2 minutes. I rest 2 minutes because back then that was a hell of a check. You gotta think of it. That was a hell of a check. Let's fast forward it. I have ran new artist songs when I'm on the tour. But it's only after I done sat and listened to the song for like 2 or 3 days and done vibe with it. And if I vibe with it, then I write, cool, I'll run you. I'll play you during my time. But I also have a pre-show. So I used to put I'm having a brain fart right now. What's Fat Boy name? What's Fat
Ross?
Boy? No. DJ Rama.
Oh.
I used to play Rama song him and Doogie doing Fat Boy. What I can't think of the name of it. But I used to play that during my preset. And all over the world. Like I played that, and it got to the point where people was like, "Hey, yo, who is that?" Because you come on Fat Boy Rhyme. You're like, yo, who is that? And I had people used to come to me. They used to what Shazam it and pull up the video like, "Oh my God!" And that's just what's out of love. You understand? That's just out of love. Like I didn't have to, but that's out of love. But yeah, I think if it's a newer DJ and he really not getting paid like that, and somebody come up with $200 to run a song right quick, he could run it. But for me and Venom, it's hard to do that, especially when you are creating, you're the curator of that party and you creating that party and you know that this song might throw it off. Nah, I'm not gonna take that chance. I'm not gonna break the record. Nah, I'm not gonna take that chance, bro.
Break my reputation.
I can't play you at 2:00. You can't come and think I'm gonna play. I can't do that. Don't get mad. I just, you know what I'm saying? But that's just how it goes. That's just what it is.
Listen, I sat in a booth, was in DJ Meet, and I've watched the strip club. And I remember years ago, R.I.P. Black Boy. I remember my first time in the strip club. I think he was going to take a record to Sam Sneak, and we went to Take One originally, and not only was it my first time in the strip club, so I was like, but then on top of that, I sat there and I watched, and then I went again, and I'm just like, I don't understand. I just was like, I wouldn't know how to keep up. And I can only imagine that you got a rapper that eyeing you the whole night, play my shit. And as soon as you about to blend into something else, they're like, is that my shit? Like, and then they keep bugging you. Plus you got to call the girls. Plus you got to do them. I'm like, yeah, it's a lot.
And like, listen, and Venom knows when you deal with hip hop shows, it's a whole different ball game when you deal with a hip hop show, because you got every artist and every artist is DJ, every artist is homeboy, manager. Hey, you can play my song next. And he's standing right there in the back. Hey, can you play this?
Hovering over you.
Like, and then, like you say, it's not. I'm only there to DJ for Justin, right? But then just say hypothetical, future DJ is not there, or Jay-Z's DJ not there. Now I got to do everybody else's set because they like, oh, if he can DJ for Justin, then I know he ain't gonna fuck up my shit. So yeah, no, that's not Because if something goes wrong during your set, you're gonna look at me.
It's happened to me at the festival. Sound guy, never ever do I let anyone else set up my laptop. For some reason though, the sound guy wanted to plug in my laptop, but he plugged in the USB like halfway. So if you ever like those stages, the low end is so crazy, so it just shakes everything. Half with this. The artist song starts halfway through the intro, freezes. Serato freezes everything. And you talk about like the longest 5 minutes. It was just like 30 seconds. It felt like 10 minutes of a song. Yeah. The artist cursing me out, and I'm doing him the favor.
You doing him the
DJ.
You get cursed out.
So,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, that like the that covering and being responsible for artists and DJing and playing their music and everything. Lord. Yeah, it comes with stresses for sure.
Now, do you think artists up and coming should kind of I'm not gonna put up and coming, because to a certain level I feel like you gotta grind and make sure that you have a stage presence, you know how to perform, interact with the crowd, like you've mastered performing along with your music. But I personally feel that artists should find that right DJ for them. And I say that because as someone who watches a lot of especially indie performances, I support a lot of indie shows. Shout out to what's this young man's name? DZ the rapper. He's been doing the Culture Club tours down here, where he's legit giving the stage opportunity to artists, up and coming artists. And the ones that most of the time, if it's not the song, but the ones that do stick out to me are the ones that have a DJ. They knew how to hype. Like I don't know what it is, and it's like, and I've seen certain DJs. The DJ, the artist has their set DJ, and that just knows how to hype the crowd up perfectly and set. It's almost like playing basketball. I don't watch basketball, but I'm gonna say it's like setting up a good play and just make it in the basket. Don't judge me.
Dear God
A layup
Almighty, that's a hell of an analogy. Oh my God, that's one hell of an analogy. Oh my God. You know what I think. Like all new artists, if you're serious about your craft, your homeboy, your best friend should be your manager and your DJ. Why? Because y'all came up together. I could come in and be the DJ, but then I'm gonna change the vibe that you and your homeboys was in the studio vibe that made y'all, create these songs or create this vibe that y'all got. Now I come in and DJ for you, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you some the right and wrongs. But I think every new artist, if your homeboy has been there with you the whole time and he's right, he's the one that should be a DJ because he's gonna have your best interest. Your homeboy also too, and like I say, if it's business, if y'all doing it right, he should be a manager and DJ. And then from there, if it goes and it keeps building, then you find you another DJ to come in because your homeboy is not handling everything, and he knows how the show should be and how it should, how it should run. That way, it takes all of the stress off of the artist. Because I'm your homeboy, I already know how you want your sound to be. I already know how you want the lights to be. That's like with Timbo. I had to learn, we're gonna do these lights, we're gonna play around with it. Hey, turn Timbo mic here, put my mic a little bit here, so we can play around with it so you will hear him. But if he happens to slide out a little bit, it's not, you still can hear the lyrics, you still can hear the vocals because I'm right there with him. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I say to the new artists. Like, yo, man, let's get your homeboy. Let your homeboy, especially if you got your homeboy that's gonna tell you the truth. If you making trash, boy, that's trash, and I ain't DJing for that. Because here's a funny one. I hated Sexy Back. I hated Sexy Back with a passion. My favorite record was My Love because it had T.I. I'm the hood dude, the braids, the long white tees, the forces. That was me. I couldn't relate to it.
They like this song.
I couldn't relate to it. But guess what? When it came to Adapt, that song took me around the world 7 times. So but at the same, but I was honest, and the reason you have longevity in this game with those type of artists or whoever you with is because you have to have the respect. Timberland respects me. Justin Timberlake respects me. Missy respects me. Like if I'm just that shit trash, bro. It ain't like they just looking at me like, oh, he don't know what you're talking. No, they looking like, okay, respect that. And that's how you last in this game. I never shitted on nobody. I never told nobody secrets. Everything that was ever done in front of me is in here, and it would never come out. So you have to earn that trust. You have to earn, like, this is for the newer DJs. You have to earn that trust to be around, to get to those steps. To get to Venom's level, you have to earn the respect of his friends who owns it. He has to. At the end of the day, we're friends, but guess what? If he goes up there and fuck up, there's another DJ that they know that could come up there and do the job right. If Venom can't handle that stage, trust me, there's a Freestyle Steve waiting to go handle that stage for him.
That is a fact.
It's just real. If I can't handle that Justin Timberlake stage, there's another DJ waiting. You understand? Like, it's real shit. And me and Justin have a friendship outside of music. We have a brotherhood. But at the same time, when it's showtime, that's my boss. Because if my boss get up there and go give 1,000%, and he gave me the opportunity to open his show with an hour set, there ain't too many DJs on the planet who have their own show with the artists of that magnitude. And I'm not talking about being on the stage with them at the same time. I'm talking about giving me the opportunity for the world to see me. So
you do be having a dope setup. I paid attention to your. They make
in the
Have
middle.
you seen them right in the middle, like spotlight on, like
Bro,
boom.
I'm like, Venom, you feel what I'm saying? Bro, I'm in the middle of the main stage. Lights, screens, everything. That brother, he
Name
didn't
in
have
the
to do
back.
that for me. My name,
Oh,
he didn't have to do
fact.
that for me. You
That is a
understand what I'm saying?
fact.
Like he didn't have to do that for me. So you have to earn that respect. Like I had to earn that. That shit wasn't just given to me because I was with no. You have
Yeah,
to earn it, man. You gotta earn
yeah.
that. That shit just don't
But
be given to you. Like
I get that question all the time. How did you become the Rolling Loud DJ, and how did you get into that position? And that is literally the definition of it. It's earning it. It's staying down. It's being there when I was there when no one cared about the idea of hip hop shows, like for that culture. Like this is 10 years ago. I've been working with these guys since 2010 when they were doing small venue shows with 200 kids showing up with like Currency and Denzel Curry and all these guys that are, they're doing stadiums and stuff now.
right.
But I remember, Uzi when no one cared about Lil Uzi Vert, and 21 Savage when no one knew who he was, and like now these are the guys that are doing 3,000 cap rooms, and they like it's at that point that you actually earn that respect, and it puts you in that position for what comes down the road, where we're at now. And then I have that respect, and they trust me to handle what I have to do at that festival and outside of the festival, and take care of different things that represent them and their brand. Because if I mess up, there's thousands of other DJs that are already trying to get the spot. So, you know what I mean?
Plotting.
Just waiting in the DMs, waiting. So it's like,
yeah. I see it all the time, brother. I see it all the time. Trust me. I get the question. How did you become Justin Timberlake's DJ? I earned it. Like it's not, like I tell people, Justin Timberlake is a corporation. You got the movies, you got the music, you got the philanthropy part, the activist part, and then just the regular Justin Timberlake. So I had to earn the respect of the movie side. I had to earn the respect of the family side. I had to earn the respect of the music side, and I just had to earn his trust. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's you. Like, yo, listen. Like, you doing that? You doing parties for Visa? I don't want to screw up the Visa party. You doing the tour with Verizon Wireless? I don't want to screw up the Verizon Wireless. I want a phone. I want the VIP program. I don't want to mess that up. So you have to always stay on your game and respect the craft and respect what you do. That's it. Period. Hands down.
Gems, facts. So we're at the end of our show. This was really, really fun. First of all, thank you guys so much. I pay attention. I watch a lot, and I was like, oh my gosh. And anybody that knows, like Steve knows, I champion for the DJs. Like I just feel like, just something. There's DJs to me are so critical just about the whole culture. It's not even just as for as somebody may see them as, okay, a part of the club. Or, no, like to me, DJs are part of the culture. And it's just like, oh man. So
DJs make the world go around.
Literally, like I'm telling you, I was watching Venom. I was watching a video you have where you're scratching, and even that, like to me, scratching is so dope. I remember I used to try to do it on my mama records, and I was like, this lady catch me, she gonna snatch me about these curls, and I was just like, not knowing how it's supposed to go, but I'm over there, and my mom had like records, like I remember there was a Lionel Richie one she really liked, the one where he was like. Okay.
I know exactly.
And when she wouldn't be around, I was like, but I was watching. I was just like, it's an art form, and it's given so much to the culture. So that's why I really had to kind of have this.
So can I pose one question to Venom before we get out of here?
Of course.
So Venom, tell me, what was your thoughts on DJs putting their Cash App, Vemos, or whatever when it was time, when all the DJs went live? So tell me the good side, the bad side, and some of the bush. And some of the big, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna leave it on.
All right, so that was a very touchy situation going on. So I don't know. I mean, for the masses, I know in the DJ culture it was a big topic. When COVID-19 quarantine started, clubs shut down. DJs that primarily make their living lost their living overnight. Some DJs make great money, make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Some DJs literally live, hand to mouth. So that hand to mouth is difficult. Like I've been there. It's difficult. Like you don't know. It's like it is so difficult. Like
very.
But if you have that passion, you fight through it. So, and then so you have platforms like Instagram, Twitch, and DJs were DJing. And, I think a lot of DJs were looking at it similar to being at the club where they get tipped for playing the request, right?
Right.
So you had your Cash App in there. Now, some DJs were making some money from doing lives. The bad is, does it cheapen being a DJ? Do you cheapen yourself almost where it looks like you're begging, or it looks like you're in need, and to be paid to stream online? I almost feel like it's to each their own. I see it from both sides. Like I think it has to be done in a certain way where, like, you had DJ Envy do a drive for the DJs where people donated, and Khaled donated close to $50,000 to it himself out of his pocket to hand to those DJs that were having a hard time, because it was like no one knew if DJs were able to get unemployment or any type of help and anything at all. So it's like I get it, but at the same time I get the idea too of like, does it affect your brand? Does it make you look, because like there's this thing about being a DJ when you're controlling the room and you're the guy in the room, right? You're the only one now center in the point. Room. Yeah, and like the magnitude and the way you're supposed to carry yourself as a DJ and present yourself as having control and being, the idea. I think the idea, even as an artist or a rapper, what I mean? The idea of a rapper, you got the money, you got the girls, cars, and all that, but like the reality of the situation, it isn't like that all the time.
No, it's not.
And it's not. And when it got real, it got really real, where it's like you can't even hustle because you can't even go outside. Like you can't even figure out different plays and stuff. Like you can't go get another gig or go do anything, but you have this talent. You have turntables at home and you got that phone and you can stream and play music that you love to do. And if you have fans and people are willing to give you some money in exchange for watching you, cool. So like I felt that it was okay. I felt for the people that needed to do it, it was cool. I definitely see it from the other side where people were complaining about it, but most of those people that were complaining about it weren't the ones that were having the financial issues because of that, because they were the guys that make the hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And they felt, it's just like,
speak on it.
You know what I mean? And those are the guys that are making $100,000 a year DJing, so they have the savings.
It's almost like they can't relate.
And they're probably making other money. Most of those guys are making other money outside of just DJing too. So it's just like, when you're in that situation, and it's really to each their own, and like it's not my place to tell people how to make their money and what to
Right.
do with it. And but yeah, do I feel like it was cheapening DJing? No, because we get tips in the club. Like I hear DJs all the time. He's like, "Yo, I want you to play that Future song." All right, well, I mean, especially in South Beach, it's like, yo, and you just see $100 bill come, and then they just throw that thing on the mixer, and then you play that Future song. Like that's like it happens all the time. So it's, you know, I don't see it any different than that.
Cool, because you know, so my take on it, I didn't see anything wrong with it, and I was pissed off at the other big name DJs who were saying that these guys are cheapening their brand, and I'm just like, well, I'm sorry, you can't speak for the strip club DJ, because the strip club DJ only
Right
plays
now.
in front of maybe 50 people a day, and if the stripper girls don't come to the club, he ain't getting it. So and then you can't compare him to the guys who DJ in the bigger clubs, who may see during the course of a weekend may see 10,000 people. You can't compare that DJ to the DJ that's on the world tour, or the DJ that's like Envy and Carmelo them that's on big radio stations. You can't compare that, right? So for me, I put my cash up, and I wanted and waited for one of them to say something about me putting my cash up. But I put it up. I put it up because I'm like, listen, I still rock with the strip club guys. Them guys who get their money and just got a new baby and don't know where they're gonna get their next money from. So you can't look down on this guy if he's getting on, because you got to look at it like this. If I'm the local DJ and every Friday and Saturday you come to the club with me and you buy crazy bottles and every now and then you do throw me a tip, right? But then pandemic happened, club closed. When I go online, y'all should be the main ones that's on my live that's vibing with me because you vibed with me before. But what happens is they go over to the big name guys. I ain't gonna call them out, but they go over to the big name guys and be like, "Oh, well, such and such party was dope, and this and that." And you'll go over there and do everything with him, and you never been to his party. This DJ never called your name out, never say happy birthday, but you won't even go over to the dude who every Friday show you and your homegirl so much love, and y'all won't even send the man $10, $5, whatever it may be. That was my issue. So yeah, I put my cash up, and the money that I got, I sent it. The money that I got, I sent it because I'm like, you know, I'm not hurting for it. I was smart on my third tour. I saved my money. Like, I wasn't hurting, but at the same time, I ain't crazy. I could shit, mortgage and rent go out, and ain't nothing coming in. I got to put my cash up on my thing and hope. You know, I ain't begging for it, but if you want to donate something to the car, hey, I'm cool with that. But that's just the reality of what we're living in. And again, it goes back to the word I said. You got to be able to adapt.
Yeah.
You got to adapt and reinvent. You got to, the DJ, let me tell you something. You said this earlier, Venom. You said it and you hit it on the head. And I know where you was going, but I had to bite my tongue. There are DJs that be in these big clubs that you swear just crazy. It's not that. It's the venue. Because when you take them out of that venue and you say, all right, you can't go to this club. This shit is shut down. You got them turntables in your house? Let's see what happens when you put them turntables on against against a DJ that really DJs, that's really passionate. Because I don't sit in the club every Friday and every Saturday. Why? Because I learned a long time ago, I'd rather let y'all miss me for a month than for y'all to learn what the freak I'm gonna play. So you can miss me. So when I come back to town, Freestyle, you DJing tonight? I might. Because you want to hear me, because he don't know what the freak he doing. Or maybe he's just playing the same shit.
Yeah.
But back to that thing, what I said, the question that I proposed, like, listen, man, put your Cash App, your Venmo, whatever it is. If somebody wanted to tip you, you go ahead and get that tip. Don't listen to them other mother suckers that's sitting up there that's making $150,000. Don't listen to them. Because me, I'm still the same DJ that, yo, this man over here got X, Y, all right, you know what? Because sometimes it ain't about the money. It's about this long-term relationship. It's about the long term for me. So he might not be able to pay the fee that I normally get, but I know when I go in this club and shut this bitch down, and they'll keep calling me back. So yeah, I might go get 700. I might get 700, but that 700 might last for 2 years. Yeah, when everything else closed down, he's still giving me my 700 twice a month. I'm cool with that. Because at least I can pay a bill. That's how you have to learn in this DJ game. That's how you have to be. You have to be dropping some shit on y'all. Everybody's listening. You got to be 10 times smarter than the average motherfucker in this game. Because music comes out every day. Every 5 minutes, somebody drop a new song. And it's all about who gonna play it first. But then I learned too, you can play it first, you can play it second. It's about how you play it and when you play it.
Facts. That is one of the biggest things. Yeah. There's like a quote, I think it's Jazzy Jeff. He talks about the best DJs aren't the ones that play all the hits. The best DJ is the one that plays the song that you forgot about. That's a hit.
Song 41. I'm the song 41 DJ. 41 and up, that's me. Because when the other DJs get it, I call them top 40. So you're gonna play all top 40 songs in the first two, from 11 to 12 o'clock. But then at 12:01, what you gonna play? You gonna repeat yourself? And I've seen plenty of DJs do that. Oh, you gonna repeat yourself? No, brother. Let me go ahead, kill yourself. Because I'm gonna come in on song 41 and I'm gonna change the whole scope of the club. I'm gonna have the bartender, the security, the wait staff, the bathroom attendant, the owner of the club. Everybody gonna be like, damn, bro, when you got off, the club just went to a whole nother level. Who that DJ is? That's how you become a DJ.
Dang, there's no other way to close the show, y'all. I mean, like, just freestyle. Well, I need my mic. I do got a mic. Just drop it.
Hey, man, like that's what everybody think that this shit is easy. It's not easy. It's not. DJing is not easy, bro. You got to try to get all the songs. I got to make sure that I shout out the bar specials. I got to make sure I say happy birthday to the dude who just spent $20,000.
Because all of that makes an impact on how they gonna fuck with you going forward. And I've seen that.
All of that.
Hell, as a host, I know I'll be hosting. And I'm like, oh, don't forget to. And I'm like, the fuck? But then the DJ also got to do it. I'd be like, oh Lord.
Yeah. DJ got to know the bar drink. He got to know the drinks. He got to know all the ball players that come in. He got to know. He got to know all the dope boys. He got to know all the latest songs. And then what's the other craziest thing? And I swear I'm finna get out this building because I could just talk about this shit forever. You know what the other craziest thing is? The DJ is also a psychologist. We are responsible for all these. If 1,000 people in the club, I have to manage 1,000 different personalities. I got to get 1,000 different personalities on one accord. Because if not, you may have 5 motherfuckers over on the other side that want to fight. And they're going to destroy the whole night. So I got to make sure that I get those other 5 to get on board with what everybody else is doing so that the night goes great. That's just
it. Wow. No, it's just so many other perspectives that I've never even just thought about. Like,
it's a lot.
Lord. See, this is why I said we gotta respect the DJs.
Yeah, that crowd control is one of the most important things.
The most important.
It really is.
Listen, you determine when you go into a club. If you pass a club and you get out now. You're the average patron, right? The average patron gonna stand in line. They ain't paying all extra shit. They just gonna stand in the line. But if you standing in that line and that DJ is rocking, and I'm talking about he rocking, and you hear that outside, well, I can't
in the line waiting.
I can't wait to get in here. And that's how you become that DJ when them motherfuckers leave and go back to wherever they live at. Yo, y'all remember my birthday? We was in Miami and that DJ, what's his name? Freestyle. Man, that mother. Yo, y'all find him on Instagram. Girl, I found him on Instagram. Girl, do you know he Justin Timberlake DJ? Oh, he's Timberlake DJ. Girl, I ain't know that, girl. And that's how it happens. That's how it happens. You, at the end of the night, when you say good night, You need, and I promise, let me stand up because I'm finna go. At the end of the night, every DJ needs this. So you'll know that you're a great DJ or you did a great job. If the bathroom attendant says that you rock that motherfucker, because you never see them while you DJing, you rock that bitch. If the cook comes from the back and personally delivers your goddamn your wings and fries to the DJ booth and tell you, yo, I made these especially for you because you vibing, you made it. If the bartenders come from behind the bar and dance and come to the DJ booth and you ain't ask them to, you vibing. If the security guard say, bro, you made my night so easy tonight, you vibing. If the bar back say, man, because I'm the type of dude, I say, yo, tip the bar backs. Hey, dude, I know you finna tip the bar girl, tip the bar back. Because the bar back is the dude who's finna run all around the club and get you everything you need. If you get all of them people to say that, yo, Freestyle Steve and DJ Daily did that shit, you'll always have a gig. Always. And with that said, Venom, I love you, my brother. We will talk. Media Bay,
Definitely.
you keep this
Definitely.
shit going. You keep this shit going because you got a great platform. I love it. And I'll come back on anytime you ask me. But I got some chicken wings in the oven and I need to go eat. And
thank you so much.
Lit, man.
I appreciate
Freestyle
it.
Steve, legend, bro. I appreciate you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Love y'all. All right, bro. Peace.
All right.
All right, thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you. And on that note, we are out, y'all.